she answers more emails after hours.
Brian Stewart's workday ends when he leaves the construction site, but it's a different story for his wife.
I wish she could be done the same time as me. At the end of the day, that's it, and have family time.
Ontario's government says it's going to do more to protect that work-life balance.
The workers know when they're on the company clock and when they're off.
The Minister of Labour is introducing new legislation which will require businesses with 25 or more workers to develop policies protecting their employees' right to disconnect.
This is going to be in the Employment Standards Act, enforced by our ministry inspectors, and every company will have to create a policy. Again, the lines between work and personal time has really blurred.
A good idea in theory, says this employment lawyer, but not so much in practice.
I can't imagine an employee actually going and filing a complaint against their employer with the government saying, my employer didn't prevent me or still sent me emails off hours. As a practical matter, I don't see how a policy like that, good idea in principle, but I don't see how it has teeth.
What he's more impressed by is the ministry's plan to ban non-compete clauses.
It's going to prevent some frivolous cases that we see in courts where employers are trying to enforce a non-compete to make a point and maybe scare other employees.
Meanwhile, the NDP opposition says the government's sudden interest in workers' rights doesn't match its track record.
Let's not forget, this is a government that cut the minimum wage, has taken away people's paid sick days, and hasn't been worker-friendly.
Now, we've been reporting on the number of recent announcements made by the Minister of Labour, 19 for Monty McNaughton since the beginning of July, compared to 7 for Premier Doug Ford. Now, today we learned a bunch of those more recent announcements will go into this bill. Monty McNaughton saying that the government has the back of workers, but the opposition pointing out that outside of this period leading up to next year's election, the Ford government has shown that is not always the case.